Hey, here's Joe again and welcome back to Nioh Complete Edition, where we are originally doing the third and last DLC and I have only the last mission left, but in the meantime I used the raid on the Hirano River mission, because the guys there, they are so bulky so that you can really good and easy use them to farm up your proficiency. Like they're ridiculous amounts of health. Really good to farm proficiency if you have that mission unlocked. But I farmed the last things up and we can now do the last two remaining master missions for the spear and the Tonfa. The Tonfa, when I first started using the Tonfa, I expected something like the dual swords, but it's totally different. It feels totally different. Like I can go through the weapons. Sword, I use like a mix of stances, always changing back and forth and trying to find one, and I really don't like the sword, the basic sword here in this game. Dual swords, I use light, low stance, quick attack. Then we have spear, axe, kusarigama, odachi, and tonfa. For all of them I use high stance, quick attack, almost exclusively. Only for the axe and the tonfa I also use the heavy attack in the high stance. These weapons feel all totally different and all of them feel fun. Like the less fun is the sword. That's the least fun. Let's start with the DLC weapon, Tonfa. That weapon of yours is called a Tonfa. Yeah, I've been using it. I have 500k in it. The origins remain unclear, but I hear the present form was refined in Ryukyu. Tonfa are popular among some ninjas because they allow for various unconventional attacks. You know, my father taught me how to use Tonfa, so I'm confident in my ability. How about we test if my confidence is well founded? If you defeat me, I may even teach you some secret Iga-style ninjutsu techniques. I've not unlocked any skills for any of the weapons other than the Yodachi, so I can't really use tricks. So I know that the Tonfa has a lot of tricks. And yeah. High stance, okay. Sometimes there's a delay to the attacks that I don't really understand, but that's is with most weapons that I haven't used a lot. Okay. Like, the interesting thing is, with this one's heavy attack, it's actually 2 presses of the heavy button. And like most human enemies, you can just bully them so much with this weapon. Like you would just keep grappling them, throwing them to the ground, and then just keep pummeling them and pummeling them. It's really interesting to use. That's yeah, we heard that sentence before. It's interesting, the DLC weapons didn't get their personalized trainer. Like the Itachi one is also the basic samurai one, and the Tonfa one is now the basic ninja one, interestingly. Come on. To think I would be defeated by you with a Tonfa. You did splendidly, William. I'll teach you all the secret techniques I know. I really must train harder so the next time we meet I can beat you. Until then, I won't be able to look my father in the face. And no additional missions unlocked, at least it didn't tell me of any. Let's look here. No other missions unlocked, interesting. Maybe they unlock in post-game. Whatever. We should have now unlocked the Tonfa mystical arts. Increase damage from Tonfa when you perform a series of consecutive attacks. Allows you to cancel out of a Tonfa technique using Demon Dance. Okay, let's find Demon Dance. Unleashes a powerful strike, thrusts, sweeping kicks. Like, there's interesting stuff here. Damage when using Tonfa in proportion to how light your equipment is. Scaling, D+, okay, not good scaling. Reduces key damage received, okay. There's a lot of interesting stuff here. Demon Dance. Allows you to dodge and reposition yourself after a successful key pulse. Okay, you can key pulse out of a Tonfa technique. Wow, that's really versatile. For now, we'll mostly need that Tonfa Master. Yeah. If we ever need to use the weapon again. Interestingly, when you look at the bar of this, Siege of Osaka is barely halfway done. So soon we'll get more missions here. Interesting. After the final mission. Interesting. Okay. Whatever. We want to do the next dojo mission, which is called Steel Across Steel. I'm called Hozoin Ine. The spear is a minor hobby of mine. I understand that you have some experience with this weapon too. Would you be so kind as to show me this show this old man your technique? I may be aged, but there's no need to hold back. Come at me as hard as you can. If you win, I'll teach you the spear techniques of the Hozoin school. Not B, A. What's wrong with me? It's late already. I'm already getting weary. Okay, that's a weird time of day. Okay, spear, high stance, okay. The bridge is not the best place to do this. Try to block me, please. And die. Easy. I assume I'll have to fight him 2 more times, but that's an easy guy. All of them are easy. He is also on stilts, but these are better ones. Like at least dual stilts per feet. So you don't like fall over as much. Not like the Kusarigama guy who had single stilts between them, below them, below his feet. Well, the rumors about your power are quite true. I felt in my bones. The Hozoin school's mystic art of the spear is yours. Put it to good use on the battlefield. Be sure to come back if you have the time to spar again. My disciples certainly aren't up to the task. Tokai region mission, the 2 masters unlocked. And spear mystic art. Let's look at the spear mystic art first. Allows you to use spear stance change from any stance. And lets you combo into any stance from spear stance change. We have to look that up. What is spear stance change? That's something completely new apparently. Because that's different to our normal our normal stance change. Like that is, where is it? Is it here? It's somewhere. Oh, it's not. It's not consistent. I thought that you could change to other stances with everyone, with everything, single weapon. Twisting spear, twirl, that's a parry, yeah. Entangle, that's a sweep, wide spear. How does that look? Useless, okay. Spear bash, backslash, living water earth, flying monkey 2. Okay. It's a natural elongation of the other thing. Okay, what's spear stance change? Because it doesn't have it. So it's new here. Allows you to use spear stance change from any stance. And lets you combo into any stance from spear stance change. What does that mean? Set up here. Corner tiger. That's not a good base to develop your skill, your stuff around. Follows up a combo with a kick that uses your spear. No. I mean, yes. Ah, that looks logical to include that. Yeah, whatever, what's the other one? Prevents thrusts from ricocheting off walls and extends the range of your attacks. I don't like that because I don't use the steps at all. So that one. We are Spearmaster now. How do you use that? Allows you to use spear stance change from any stance. I have to look through this without you watching so that I can take my due time. Ah, that is what I didn't see. During key pulls, press a button, but it doesn't say which button. From high stance, changing stance right when performing a key pulse knocks the enemy back to any stance. Okay, and now we get the knockback from any stance. Okay, from any stance to any stance. Okay. Like, change that and give it a knockback. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, good. We got mystical arts for every weapon. There he is. Hosoin Ine was a monk at Hosoin, an institution attached to Kofukuji Temple in Yamato Province, present-day Nara Prefecture. He was versed in the Katori Shinto school of battle arts, and at the recommendation of Yagyu Sekishusai also studied Shinkage swordsmanship under Kamizuna Nobutsuna. One day during training, he was inspired by the reflection of the crescent moon in a pond to found the Hosoin school of spear fighting using a spear with a crossbar, a revolutionary advance on the plain spears that had been used in war up until then. Yeah, because you can guard with it, that makes it better. Also, it just doesn't vanish through the enemy and then breaks the shaft off, because it doesn't go into the enemy only until the thing comes. Like the tip goes into the enemy, but not the entire spear. Like before then, you just shove the spear through the enemy, it comes out at the backside. When you try to pull it back, it just breaks off and you have a useless stick. And that's the main reason why these are useful. Also, you can parry and block and use that to your advantage evermore. Okay, let me do that mission 2 more times so that we get the rest of his tail. Okay, I already have that thing now. When I do a key pulse, I get an extra attack that knocks the enemies back, just for any key pulse. I didn't buy that. Interesting. Changing stance right when performing key pulse knocks the enemy back. I didn't buy that. Just this one. I can use that from any stance into any stance, meaning I don't need to stance change. Now every time I key pulse with a spear, I just shove the enemy away. Wow, that's way better than I thought it was. But it makes my fighting style even slower. Because I key pulse a lot because I'm using high stance. Like I do 2 hits, then key pulse, 2 hits, then key pulse. But he doesn't even get to attack me anymore. Like, look how I just... What the fuck? I just keep comboing him, and he can't do anything anymore. I can smith his spear now. Whatever, 2. In an age where the flames of war reached even into the temples, monks were forced to learn to fight in order to defend themselves. Warrior monks traditionally used weapons with a long reach, like spears and naginata, and Inai too had been fascinated by and comfortable with these since childhood. In his later years he developed doubts about whether it was right for one serving Buddha to wound another man with a blade and put his spear away, but he picked up his weapon again for the purpose of teaching William, the Yokai Slayer, how to use his spear. Nice of him. Whatever. Next up is the 2 masters. I didn't press right trigger. But that's my mistake. I changed them now so that they are buttons only. Still using the Elite controller. Okay. The 2 masters. I've heard tales that, not content with beating this old fool, he also defeated the elderly Yagyu. You know, he would frequently compare techniques with his friend Lord Kamizumi Nobutsuna. Oh, here's a thought. Why not test your hands against myself and Yagyu at the same time? Sure, you will have no trouble knocking the canes from underneath 2 old cranks. Ho ho ho. Yagyu is Kusarigama, isn't it? He's the unarmed master, basically. He was the sword guy. I was remembering the other old guy. Okay. All the masters are old. In the dojo. 2 enemies at once. Can I choose my weapon? Yes. Okay. Well, then it's buff, huh? This might be ridiculous if they use their guardian spirits, for example. He's 5 shot. They keep Hey! Okay. Letting go of run did roll, although I pressed X at the same time, which should have made me attack that old fool. Old Master Quick Conqueror. That was fast. Does that look like a spear, you old fool? Blind old man thinks I fought him with a spear. No wonder he didn't see my attacks coming. If you're wondering, I'm eating peanuts. Don't know whether you could see them down there. I have like my camera is showing like a huge part of the room normally, but I cropped it down to only show what's relevant, which is my face in this case. Oh, bravo, I concede. This takes me back to my youth when Yagyu and I together could not defeat Kamizumi. To think I would meet a man of such caliber once again at this age. I'm glad I lived to see the day. You are old now, that's why you couldn't defeat me. Tokai region mission Marobashi unlocked. Marobashi, sword and heavy armor. We'll see. Koei Conqueror gave us 2 extra points. I want to look at that title. Old Master Koei Conqueror. Defeat the 2 masters and the 2 masters within 1 minute. I can probably defeat them without getting hit. I just didn't have the patience. But yeah, I can do that the next time without getting hit. I don't assume anything that they give me as a mission reward or as a drop will be helpful because they're way too low level. But we're in level 155 territory again, so post-game probably patched in missions. Maybe this was like the mission they used as a... like the thing this was in the base game, and they used this as like a thing like that's the post-game content that we want to add more of. Because people like this mission maybe. We'll see. Marobashi. We hear you have emerged the victor against fearsome masters of various fighting techniques. Well, let us test the veracity of such claims. It doesn't tell me who we're fighting. I saw the sword guy, so the sword guy will be among them. Okay, inside the dojo, very cramped. My starting samurai teacher. Who next? The dual sword teacher. By the way, he's dead. We fought him in the underworld. Spear teacher. Next. Hammer teacher. You're dead, by the way. We fought him in the underworld too. Who next? Kusarigama guy. Yeah, I can pierce guard. Sword guy. Okay, all the masters, back to back. So this required me to get all base game Mystic Arts. Okay. Unlocked. All base game Mystic Arts unlocked, all fighting ones. It's not a good sentence if you to correct yourself 2 times. We've been defeated and bow down to you. Your skill matches that of the master swordsman Lord Nobutsuna. No one in his age can hope to compare to your ability. Yeah, we get like stuff that doesn't care, that no one cares about. Okay, that's it. I'll be going through the maps again to see if we missed something. I want to see if there's stuff connected to this. Marobashi without using any items or equipping a weapon from the start. Barehanded, okay. Barehanded, no healing. Use their own weapons to kill them. Basically, I have to buy the barehanded we get your weapon now ninja skill for that. And the barehanded attack damage, of course. That's it? Nothing more from Marobashi? All masters in Marobashi within 1 minute 30. We needed 1 minute 43. Okay, that's something that we can do. Without taking a single hit, we can do that. Okay. Interesting. And I can use my points, key, human close combat damage, why not? Level 68, 73. That's basically where it will stay, because next is endgame. I'll go through all the maps again to see if any other missions popped up, like that one mission in, was it this map? Like a few episodes ago, in one of these maps, a mission just appeared without getting announced properly. We have enough time to start another one, so let me go through the maps again. Oh, the spear is an interesting thing. His spear gives us key recovery when we do a successful tour. That's the parry. Yeah. Then we get an extra key recovery, 48 for my character. I have a lot of stamina, a lot of heart, which is not normal for a spear user, is it? No. Spear doesn't scale with heart, so it's not normal for a spear user. For me, that would be a fourth of my key, which is still great, but at base key, that's half of the key recovered whenever you parry. In addition to the damage, that's really good. Okay, this one seems to be a shorter episode because we already wrapped up all of the content we could probably wrap up. So let's go for the last samurai and get that fox spirit's tail. For whatever reason, that I don't know why that's the reward for this, but whatever. Let's go for the last samurai tomorrow.